Nelson Mandela, the father figure of what was once a divided nation, South Africa. It was Mr. Mandela's campaigning against the apartheid government of the minority white-ruled nation which led to him being imprisoned for 27 years. He gave up almost 3 decades of his adult life and sacrificed his family to see an end to the regime. Nelson Mandela spent the majority of his life fighting for equality, humanity and above all democracy. One can only imagine what all those years of imprisonment must have been like. All across the world, he's held up as a hero for standing up to oppression and battling for human rights in a country that was mired in division and conflict. To millions, he is the iconic figure that represents a free and fair society.
Nelson Mandela was the key individual who led his people and the whole of South Africa from evil and tyranny and racism, the worst system of racism the world's ever known, into democracy and a rainbow nation as they now are today. Without him, the country would have collapsed into civil war. With his leadership, it came together.
In terms of what he's taught people, you know, he's a world icon, an extraordinary man. He's a man with strengths and weaknesses, and someone who never worked as a lone agent and never wanted to be seen as that. He's taught us that with the help from other people, you can really make a mark on the world, that he certainly taught me to be at ease with king and common men.
It's going to be difficult to kind of keep people reminded of who he was, while at the same time not making him out to be a saint, because he certainly wasn't. He stands for somebody greater than himself, somebody who puts other people's interests before his own, and somebody who really kind of stands for reconciliation.
Mr. Mandela spent 67 years serving his country through politics, public service and prison. As the President of South Africa from 1994 to 1999, he helped the country back from the brink of isolation.
He talks about education, and he was firstly willing for young people at that time, 1993, give the scholarship to these young people so that they go and study. You wonder who else in the world could just come from prison and begin to talk about let the young people go to study. That strikes me.
He brought South Africa together. He ensured that there was reconciliation rather than justice, retributive justice, which have created a lot of problems in South Africa. Of course, some people are not happy with that, naturally, because I mean, what the apartheid regime did, some people needed to be punished for that. But he chose the path of reconciliation, and I think South Africans and the rest of the world are happy with that.
Ill health and family feuds have marred the freedom fighter's recent years, but one thing millions can agree on is he'll forever be an inspiration for generations to come.